go. Let's grab some more diorite from the inventory here. There we go. Got the diorite filled in. Next up, andesite. At least I have that section of diorite filled in. Let's get some more andesite from the inventory. Switch back to diorite because I already filled in the granite from before. Make sure I have the diorite properly laid out. Retrieving any bits and bobs that I may have misplaced. Oops, same for the andesite. Gotta make sure you place it in properly. Whoops. There we go. Now I need to head over to here, where I kind of need to finish filling in these lanterns. Okay, got the lanterns all in place. That's good. Because next up, I have granite. Lots of granite to fill in, lots of andesite to fill in, lots of diorite to fill in. Okay, next up is andesite for 3. And diorite for 1. Then granite for 3. Then andesite for 1. Then diorite for 3. Then granite for 1. Then andesite for 3. Let's just fill in this back row of andesite while we have the opportunity. Let's do the same for this granite as well. Make sure you have a lot more granite. Where else can we use granite? I suppose there's only one other place to use granite, isn't there? Right here. And you will notice that the skeletons and the zombies have stopped spawning in any form of threatening area in which they could prevent us from working. How handy. Let me see how much of this stone I can pick up. All of it. Okay. That's handy. Yeah. As you can see, the minecart lag is not as bad as it once was. There is still some minecart lag, but it's not as bad as it once was. Got some dirt. Do we have any cobble? No. I believe we have some gravel, though. Not a full stack. Stone, again, not a full stack. We have other multiple stacks of stone, but not for that specific stack. Then we want to head out the back here, where we can deposit this bone into the remainder of the collection of bones. We can additionally check the item hoppers to make sure there's no other random items, like a bow perhaps. We are anxiously looking forward to acquiring a bow. However, we have not yet been able to actually acquire one yet. At least not from the monster farm. I mean, we've obviously acquired a bow, but we have not yet acquired a monster farm bow. We've just acquired our regular bow that we've acquired through normal means of just hunting down skeletons over and over. We resupplied on our stock of diorite, andesite, and granite. We still have plenty of lanterns, we have a few torches as well, we have smooth stone, we have stone bricks, we have an arrow, we have unpolished variants of the stones that we're seeking to, polish and stockpile and make use of in this massive construct that we have down here. first thing we want to do is fill in this back wall, because this has an unfinished andesite line. It's going to bother me if I don't finish it first. Then we've got this line of andesite. I'm just going to go through and do all the single lines first. Suppose I want to fill in this unfinished line of granite as well. I mean, it doesn't really matter what order I'm doing it in, just as long as I'm, doing it. This is diorite. Therefore, I want the white one. Which I personally find looks very similar in texture to marble on here. I think if they renamed the diorite into marble, I think it would probably get a lot more popularity as far as use amongst the building community. I mean, they don't need to retexture it, just rename it. Good thing I brought a lot of andesite. Made it. Okay. We've got this lovely path that we are building here. Hello, Enderman. Can I kill you? I would like to. Where'd you go? You're very angry with me, I know this. Where'd you go, though? Enderman. Where are you at? You didn't teleport into the lava, did you? It's always awkward when that happens. They're just like, I'll teleport over here and get away from you. And it's like, you're standing in lava. But, if that's what makes them feel better, then I guess that's what makes them feel better. It doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm standing in lava. At least when I'm the one that's standing in lava. When it's them standing in lava, I feel fine because I'm not standing in lava. But, as you can see, we are very easily filling in all of the unfinished portions of floor. This place looks very nice, very well lit now. Plenty of room for, monsters to spawn in, technically. But that's not what we built it for. We built it because we have to finish excavating this area for a villager trading hall, so that we can trade with villagers. You know, as far as the content which I stream goes, you know, I apologize for the streams being spotty at best. There's not really much I can do about that. That's just kind of YouTube or OBS being weird. Sometimes YouTube, sometimes OBS, sometimes both. Not really much I can do about that. Like, I could look into it, but there's not really much I can do about it, because, you know, even assuming that I look into it, and even assuming I manage to find something wrong with the program, you know, I've gone through all of the settings. I don't think there's anything I can change that will increase stability. I've gone and I've given a 30-second delay to the stream in order to increase stability. So if that's not good enough, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, I've adjusted it for forcing it to be increased latency, and if that's not good enough, then I don't know what is. You know. The increased latency would allow for a bit of a buffer between, you know, what I'm streaming and what you're seeing, but the increased latency can only do so much, because if the stream just dies, like I recently had a StarCraft 2 stream that was going great, you know, I did really well on the stream, but the stream, like, died after like an hour, and it was a 3-hour stream, sometimes even almost 4 hours of stream, and yet it died. You know, it died after like 2 missions, and I did like 5 missions. So I had to go ahead and upload the recording of that stream. That stream was, you know, it wasn't my best work, but it was what I was streaming. It was the content at the time, you know. I could very easily, you know, work around that, but I shouldn't have to, you know? I really shouldn't have to. Working around the stream just constantly crashing is not something that's supposed to be in the job description. There is a lot of gravel over here. Okay. I believe that the next game I was looking into live streaming was going to be I was kind of trying to decide between what was it? Was it? I don't think it was Orcs Must Die. Was it Orcs Must Die? It might have been Orcs Must Die. Or no, it was it was some kind of tower defense, very similar to Orcs Must Die. You know, it's a decent game. Dungeon Defender 2, I think it was. So yeah, I believe Dungeon Defender 2 is the next game I was thinking of live streaming. If you want to check it out, feel free. I usually spend about 4 to 6 hours live streaming when I do a live stream. Therefore, you have a pretty decent chance of, catching me on stream. If you're trying to chat with me, it's going to be difficult because you're going to need to either chat in-game, which means you'll need to, join the game, or you're going to need to wait until I am between levels because I don't have multiple screens, therefore I can't really check what I'm doing on the live stream as I play. I can't check live stream chat while playing because it has its own window on YouTube, and if I'm not looking at YouTube, then I don't see the chat. That simple. However, I do check frequently to see if anyone has said anything. It might take me about half an hour to notice, but I will eventually check the messages and find that someone has said something. Like, someone tried saying something recently while I was playing the StarCraft 2 live stream, and then they said something in, I think it was Russian? But I don't speak Russian, therefore I couldn't understand what they said. If it wasn't Russian, then it was a very Russian-like font. Either way, I don't speak Russian, I don't speak German. The only German I know is Was ist gut, which I believe translates roughly to "it is good." I think, or maybe it's "what is it?" or "how is your day?" I don't know. I don't know the language, so I'm just guessing at what the translation means at best. I'm just guessing. Wow, do I really have a full stack of that? Okay, well, guess I have a full stack of it. There we go. And this one gets to go up to there. Neat. Oh, did I never pick up this slime? Let me deposit a few of these items over here. Get things properly organized. Now I'll just go around picking up all of these other random items. Oh, I guess that was all of the random items. Okay. Now, I probably want to go retrieving, or depositing, I should say, the various smooth stones that I have processed, because that would allow me to very easily open up a lot of inventory space. Let's just slowly carve our way backwards, because I knew that that was going to happen with the gravel. Okay. Let's collect all of this up. Collect all of the items. And now we have ourselves a very lovely section where we have gathered all of these materials. We don't need to worry about running out of these materials anytime soon because of the sheer quantity that we have gathered. Or at least one would like to believe that. That being said, we go through materials like it's water. We use a lot of materials when we build. You know, yes, we do have a lot of materials. Yes, we have used up almost half of an entire diamond pickaxe, a little more than half of an entire diamond pickaxe, just digging out all of this area. And, you know, yes, that's a lot. But the return on investment is that we're going to get villagers that are able to sell us mending. Therefore, the amount of, you know, material that we have gone through, the amount of material that we're processing for all of this to occur is kind of, you know, it's a small amount in comparison to what we're going to be using it for. Okay. We want the ore, obviously. Okay, we've got stone. We've got gravel. multiple things of polished granite. Multiple things of polished andesite. We even have a bit of dirt. However, what we don't have is something that makes it so that I don't want to run back and just drop all of this stuff off back at base. Because I totally want to run back to base and drop all of this stuff off. Right in the minecart, and away we go. Okay, so this is a great time to mention to leave a like on the video, comment, subscribe. Helps me, helps the channel, tells YouTube this is the type of content that it should continue suggesting to you and your friends. You should also, look into sharing the video with your friends. I do record these in, 4 or 5 hour segments of video. It is quite the hefty amount of recording. Requires quite the long amount of time. It requires a lot of time to record all of this. It requires a lot of attention span to record all of this. The attention span can kind of come and go, but the short and sweet of it is that, if my attention span lapses, I still have to continue recording because, the recording's not going to stop just because I stop paying attention. I'm going to keep recording even if I'm not paying attention, which is something that is definitely an awkward experience at times. Have I reached the second row yet? I have not. I'm right here. Okay. Gravel amount is starting to get up there. How's the stone coming along? Stone is there. Ah, a large slime has spawned. And burned to death. No? How about now? Yeah. That's what I figured. And away it goes. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, I have noticed many things strange about, my recordings and, various other aspects of my life. But, none of that is really relevant to anything that any of my viewers should really care about. Mostly my viewers should be caring more about what kind of content am I making. Is it the kind of content that's going to be useful for when my viewers decide to build such a base on their own? Maybe they want to build a base alongside me. They want to build it with me. That's fine as well. It's not very easy to build exactly the same as someone else, but it is one of the best ways to make sure that you have a decent build. You can use the same patterns, you can use the same styles, the same methods, and that'll get you a lot of decent progress. Building little 1 wide 2 tall tunnels that are stretching from 0 to 500 are one way for you to make sure you have a decent quantity of materials, because then you can just be like, okay, I'm laying claim to all of this. And it's like, well, that's a lot of material. You gonna be okay handling all that? And you'll just be like, yeah, sure, I'm using this same method as this other guy. And they'll be like, cool, as long as you're okay with it, most people are like that. Most people are pretty chill about the whole situation of, how much material you're using, how much space you need, stuff like that. As long as the space requirements don't overlap with someone else, most people are usually fine with having large space requirements for your build. Additionally, as long as it doesn't create too much lag for the server. You don't want a laggy server, because lag on your server means just less fun. And that's not fun. That's not good. So you don't want it to be laggy, obviously, but you also don't want to just not have anything worthwhile to show off. Someone shows up and goes, hey, how's your base looking? You want to be able to walk them around the place and go, well, over here I've got this, and then over there I've got that, and they'll just be like, wow, this place looks awesome. Okay. I now have everything nice and neatly put away, for the most part. Now I can ride back on out here to go and, gather more stuff. Or build more stuff, technically. Since that's what I need to do, I need to build more stuff. I have to build up the remainder of the villager trading hall. Hi, giant slime. Please get out of the way. Thank you. Coming through at top speed. I will need to repair my armor soon. But if I can get this villager trading hall done in time, I don't think I'll need to repair the armor anytime soon. I had forgotten that I left coal lying on the ground. Okay. Now, I want... Well, first of all, I want to build out these villager locations for pretty much the majority of this section. because if I fill in the top row here, as we can see, there is plenty of room for villagers. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then a doorway. Okay. Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I dig too far? Because that's 14, 15, 16. No, this is... I guess it just goes all the way back. Okay. Well, guess it goes all the way back then. I'm going to need more smooth stone, aren't I? Yep, I'm going to need more smooth stone. On top of that, you know what I forgot to watch while I was in between episodes? I forgot to watch how to make a villager breeder. So I still have no idea how to build one of those things. I mean, I know the concept. I just never actually built one. Never needed to. Till now. Oh, there's iron in the ceiling. Neat. Any stone? No. Don't have any stone on me. Suppose I should gather up the rest of this ceiling ore. Such as iron. And lapis. That's very rude, gravel. Very rude. Then the coal, I suppose, would be a good option. Gee, it's almost as though I predicted it. So yeah, if anyone ever tells you that there's no use for a torch, well, you can just point out that gravel is a thing. So yeah. Okay. Now that we've got the majority of the gravel out of our ceiling, I guess I spoke too soon, didn't I? Well, geez, there's a lot of gravel here. Okay. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. Now that we've finally gotten the majority of the gravel out of the ceiling, are you kidding me? You know, gravel, in my opinion, can sometimes be way too frequent because, as you can tell, we have more than enough gravel for pretty much all of our needs in the immediate future. Now, that being said, once I start building with concrete, pretty much my entire supply of gravel is going to just evaporate. Okay. Now that we've removed all of the gravel from above, yeah. Now I want to gather this iron. Then I want to gather this redstone. I'm just placing a torch beneath my feet whenever I dig out one of these sections because you never know what's going to be on the other side until you dig it out. You know, if it's water, it'll pop off the torches. If it's lava, not only will it pop off the torches, it will kind of get rid of the item. It'll just eat it. But you know, if it's gravel or sand, then you know, you'll end up with situations like this where you just have this gigantic cavern overhead because you gathered all of the gravel and sand out of it. Very rapidly, very easily, and with minimal damage to the shovel.